Welcome back to another ACN Mix tutorial. I am getting ready today to show you how do I mix a side stick. This is going to be a very short tutorial, but a very interesting one because here's another question people ask. How do you get the side stick to sound like that? I'm going to show you that today. Let's take a listen to it in context with the song. Here we go.
So stay. I don't want you to go.
Perfect. All right, it's very simple. It's all about how you EQ. This is a live drum kit, by the way, and I'm going to show you the process. It's all in the EQ. Repeat after me. It's all in the EQ. Well, most of the time, anyways. So let's take a look. I am using this Infinity EQ by Slate Digital. Now, you know me. I'm always using SSL or console design plugins by a real console. But there's just something about boosting a little bit more that you can't get out of the console because I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. This is called a linear or linear style. From left to right, you can see the frequencies. You can move everything around a certain way, and I can just boost more. So here we are at, I guess at, I want to call it 1K. This is at or we'll call it or 1,000. So we're at 1K kilohertz, and I'm boosting 20 dB. You can see that right here, 20 dB in this range. Now, sometimes I'll usually move it around maybe 750 or 6.5. Scroll around, you know what I mean? Go back and forth, find the frequency and boost it. Don't boost in the highs yet. Boost in the lows. And then what I'm doing for this particular side stick, or if you look at the bottom, I call it rim, it's just a little bit easier. I'm boosting at 7K. 8K, we're almost there. We're just, we're a block away from 8K. But the thing is, in the 7s or the 5s or the 6 in the highs, you get more snap. Like I told you, like I say all the time, there's no bad frequencies. There's just some frequencies, they just don't match certain instruments. And especially when you're mixing, you need to use a certain frequency that sounds good enough for for it to be sweet to the ear. It's the ear candy that sounds great, but we also need it to punch through. So this is the frequencies I'm using. It's literally in the EQs. I'm not carving anything out. I'm boosting. So if you think this is something you can do to your mixes, you can use any EQ style. The process is up to you. You can boost in these range. This is a real side stick. This is coming from a real snare. Cut it out, put it on its own track, as you see over here individually. Matter of fact, I'll show you that on the edit window. We'll scroll all the way up over here, and if you look at the rim has been cut out in these sections. If I go over here to edit, let's see. I had to consolidate all that over here, and that's how I got all that to be one line or one WAV file. Usually you would see how I put crossfades on everything, chop it out. So it's playing in two different sections, and it's on its own track, and that right there gives it. Because if you mix the snare, whatever EQs you have on the snare, like this SSL, it's on the snare, or on where it says fat snare, which would be my second snare. I have other EQ styles. The rim is going to catch that same, EQ or even whatever compression you added. So if you chop it out, put it on its own track, you get more out of it. So, however, if this is something that can help you, or if someone's dealing with this and needs direction in this area, send this video their way. Thank you for stopping by ACN Studios, ACN Tutorials. We'll see you next time.